Hey, what's going on, my fellow jewelers? So, last video, I told you an announcement that I'm working with a new company. Well, this video begins a brand new relationship with a company called Victory Gems and Beads. Oh, they are located in New York, and they have high-end beads. Beads that I have jeweled over my whole jewelry life. I'm so excited. They're going to be sending me boxes of beads, and I'll be making jewelry. What I do best, what they do best, and it's a great collaboration. I'm excited about my partnership. So, they sent me these beautiful teal and orange beads. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at these. And I made a bracelet, a bead bracelet. That's what we're making today. A beaded bracelet with a little bit cluster here, cluster here. You hear the jingle? Ooh, I like that sound. You hear that? Oh, makes me happy hearing that sound of beads clacking together. And so we're making it's a simple bead bracelet. There's some techniques that you're going to need to learn that I will gladly teach you. That's right. I got your back. I'll gladly teach you. And so with these beads, oh my goodness, look at these. The facet on these beads, do you see how the light just hits it? And it hits it with this one too, but not as much as the orange. Oh my goodness. And then I got a couple beads in between to kind of give it a little cluster look, a little bit more of that chunky look and stuff. You can either go simple and not have the clusters in the middle, or you can make it where it's a bit more chunky and stuff. I'm gonna show you how to do both of those kind of ways today. Oh my gosh, isn't it so cute? Oh, I'm so excited. But before I get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel and click that bell to get notifications, because I'm all about the how-tos of jewelry making. I'm all about the beads. I'm all about the resin. That's right. I got some resin earrings and a resin necklace on today. I'm all about that jewelry life. So you and me, let's get started. All right, let's get started making this beaded bracelet. Now, the material and the tools are going to be listed in the description below. And the beads are from Victory Gems and Beads. And so you can go to the website and go to the links and check out the beads I have. You can either get the same ones as me, or just you can follow along and be inspired to make your own thing. So let's get started. The first thing I would do is I will use my wire, and I want to start making loops into for my beads. So I got this wire at Walmart. I really like this wire. It's the 20 gauge one. I'm gonna cut off all the kinks and stuff. I don't want kinks. And what you're gonna do is you are going to cut off about, they say 4 inches, 3 inches is good for me. And so I'm gonna cut off, and they're smaller beads, so you don't need too much. But if you've never done this, cut off more than what you feel you need. So I'm doing about 3 inches, 3 to 4 inches. And then I am going to go, not halfway down, but I'd say a third of the way down. I'm gonna go about a 90-degree angle. And then I am going to bend my loop around like this. And you'll see that it makes it looks like a woman with a scarf is what I've been told. And I think that's the best description ever. And then I'm gonna take one of my jump rings. These jump rings I also got at Walmart. I think they're amazing. Make sure there's no gap in your jump ring or your jewelry will fall apart. And I'm going to put my ring into my loop. So it needs to be, put my ring into my loop like that. So before I close it up and take the wire around, I am going to make sure that my jump ring is on first. So I'm gonna hold the loop part of the wire with my pliers. I'm gonna take my round nose pliers or another pliers if you have it, and I'm gonna start bringing it around. I'm gonna do about 2 loops so that this is closed in. Yes, I think I'm gonna, go like that. And then I'm actually gonna cut off the excess. So I have these are my electrician cutter tools, and I have these jewelry cutter tools that cut really close. And so I'm gonna cut as close as possible. And then I'm just gonna make sure that the wire is as far in as possible. And I'm gonna squish it so the wire's together. And so I have my jump ring on first. I have my jump ring. And then I'm gonna put my bead on. Yeah, I'm gonna put my bead on. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it already. I just fall in love with jewelry when I make it. I just think it's so pretty. And then I'm gonna take my round nose pliers, and I'm gonna do a 90-degree angle again. I like to do it pretty close to the bead because if I don't, then I feel like there's a big gap between the loop and the bead. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bend it over. just like that, just like I did to the other side, right? And this time I really don't need that much wire. See, I cut way too much wire. I cut a lot. And before I even make my wire go around, I am going to put my loop on again. I'm gonna put another loop on, just like that. And I'm gonna hold my loop part of the wire, not my jump ring, but the loop part. And I'm gonna take my round nose pliers and I'm going to bring it around and then bring it around again. I'm gonna look around to see if it's where I want it. And then I'm gonna do it a little bit more. I like to do it 2 times around, 2 full times around. And then I'm gonna take my cutter and I'm gonna cut it. And there you have your first bead, and it's connected to your jump rings. Oh my goodness, it's coming together already. I love it. So let me show you how to do the next bead, and then you can go about doing the bracelet already on your own. So we're gonna take our wire again. We're gonna grab our wire from our spool. Gonna take a wire. You can do 3 inches. I'm gonna do about 3 inches. We'll probably do less than the last time. Do about 3 inches right there. Put my wire back. And I'm gonna show you how to do this again if you've never done this. It takes a bit of time, took me a while, and I'm gonna go about 1/3 of my wire, bend it back a 90-degree angle, and then bring it around my round nose pliers like that. I'm gonna do a little bit bigger loop, like that. And where you have it, where it's going out, like the lady with the scarf, right? And now I wanna connect it to one of my jump rings on this side. Okay, I'm gonna do my jump ring. I'm gonna put it on, grab my long nose pliers, and I am going to take my other plier, my round nose pliers. I'm going to loop it around twice. I like to go around twice, loop it around twice. Look at it all around. Yep, looking good, just the way I like it. And then I'm gonna take my cutters, my really close cutters, cut it, and then there's a little bit of the wire that I'm going to try to just bend in so I'm not poking anybody. Oh, oh my goodness, I love jewelry making. I always forget. I have such a busy week with my kids and I always forget how much I love jewelry making. I am going to put my bead on, and these orange ones, their holes are not as big as the teal ones. It's really interesting. I have 3 that actually will fit the wire. The rest will not fit the wire. But I am gonna do like that, right? And then I'm going to bend it back at a 90-degree angle, pretty close to the bead. I'm gonna bring it around like that. Yes, I'm gonna do a little bit bigger loop because I like a little bit bigger loop. And then before I put my wire around, I'm gonna put my jump ring on, and then I'm gonna grab my long nose pliers, and I am going to throw around my tools, and I'm going to loop it around. I made a little bit too much, so it'll have to be a bigger loop. I'm gonna loop it around. You need to try to I made the loop too far away to me from the bead, and so I'm gonna get like 3 or 4 loops, which isn't bad. I just like it shorter. And then I'm gonna cut it, and then I'm gonna squish it to make sure it's all up in there. And I'm gonna do that, oh my goodness. So I'm gonna do it like this, and then put another loop right here, and then do that again, and put another loop, do that again, another loop, and they're gonna be a lot squished together, you like that? And I'm gonna go like that. That's gonna be my pattern. So I showed you how to do these 2 guys, and you're gonna do the same thing all the way till you get to here. When you get to your last bead. Now I don't have a big wrist, but I'm a big girl. I'm 5'10", I'm a pretty big girl. So I like my bracelets bigger than other people who are smaller than me. So you may want your bracelet smaller, just depending on if you're making it for yourself or for a client, depending on size and wrist and all that. And so go ahead and make your bracelet to the size you want, and then we'll go to the next step. So I made a total mistake, and I gotta show you because with jump rings, these are super great. It's super easy to fix. If you have a ring without a split, then you're kind of in trouble. You have to start over. But I already closed up. Oh my gosh, I wasn't thinking. I'm actually really tired. It's been a long weekend, but I closed up my loop before I put my jump ring on. But if you do that and you're using a jump ring, what you do is you just open your jump ring. If you've never used a jump ring, I have a tutorial for that. Go ahead and check that out. Open your jump ring, put it right through, and you could do that the whole time, but I prefer to put the jump ring on while I'm doing the loop. And then you close up your jump ring, close it up to where there's no gap. Oh, little gap, close it up to where there's no gap. And there, my fellow jewelers, you fix your mistake pretty easily. But if you don't have a loop that has a split in it and you do the whole thing, you're gonna have to restart. You're gonna have to cut it off here and restart, just do the whole thing. So I just want to show you that mistake. So go ahead and keep going. Okay, so you finished your strand part, you put all your beads together. It looks gorgeous. I love it. I want to put my clasp on, just to show you. I want to put my clasp on. I usually do this last, but I kind of want to do it right now, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to open up another jump ring, a smaller jump ring. These jump rings I get at Walmart in a 3-size pack, and these are the biggest jump rings in the pack. This is the medium jump ring in that jump ring little pack. I keep saying pack. So I open my jump ring, I put my lobster clasp on, and then I am going to close up my jump ring. So the reason I put my lobster clasp on now, because I feel if you want, you could be completely done. You could be done and that would be your bracelet. I mean, it's so pretty. I mean, these colors are fantastic. I love it. And you could just be like, Des, I'm done. I don't want to put on the extra stuff. That's fine. Take pictures and I want to see your simple beaded bracelet. But I kind of want to take it to the next step. I want to have extra beads on here. And so I am going to use these round beads and these flat beads. And I'm going to put each one on a jump ring in between. And so it's going to be kind of like a little cluster in between these beads. Again, if you just want your bracelet this way, which I actually want my bracelet that way, but I kind of want to do a little extra for people that like a little bit more on their bracelets. So if you want to go to that extra step, you're going to get headpins, and you're going to use a headpin for every bead you add onto this bracelet. So I'm going to grab a headpin, I'm going to grab my bead, and I'm going to put it on all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to take my cutters, and then I'm going to grab my round nose pliers. I'm going to take it at the base. I'm going to take my round nose pliers and put it right up next to the bead, and I'm going to do a 90-degree angle like that. This is a little stiffer wire than this. This wire, you can do lots of cool things. This wire is a lot stiffer. And see how my round nose pliers, it goes from small to big. This is so you can have different sizes of loops. So smaller loops, medium loop, and big loop. So I'm going to take it and do kind of like a small medium loop, and I'm going to curl it around. If you've never made a loop before, I have a tutorial just for making loops. I'm going to put a loop on that one. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other bead. And I'm going to be putting my headpin through this bead, and I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going to cut my wire, a lot of it off to make a smaller loop. And then I'm going to be doing a 90-degree angle, and I'm going to put it in towards the small medium section, and I'm going to be curling it around and made a loop. And so you are going to do that. So you're going to do that with 12 beads and put them in between. So let me show you, and then we can jump to, we can fast forward and I'll show you the end product, but let me show you. So you made your loop, right? And you're going to put it on your jump ring, and you're going to then close it up. You can use your round nose pliers as well as your long nose pliers. And you want to make it so that when you close it up, that the wire is touching, it's not crossing, right? So you have your loop right wire, and you want it to touch, but not to cross. And you don't want any gap so that the bead does not fall off. And then you're gonna take your other bead, you're gonna open this up just like that, and then you're gonna put it on the jump ring as well, and you're going to close it up And it's just gonna be this fun, like, I just think that, I just think that's so pretty. And you're gonna do that for all the jump rings that are inside the beads. I'm not doing it on the outside. I'm not doing it on the outside here. I'm just doing it on the inside. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll show you the end result of that. This is so cute. I do like this one. I like them both ways. I think for me, I like it the plain way better, but I do think it's really pretty. And I do think when you put more of the beads on, it kind of brings a lot more color to the bracelet, and so I like it. I like it. Comment below if you like just the bracelet without the extra beads with the jump rings, or you like the more of the cluster on it. I mean, both are really beautiful. I like it. I like these beads. I will tell you that these orange beads, their holes are a lot smaller than these teal beads. They're a lot smaller, and so they were harder to find that would fit in the wire and stuff. So it took me a while to find the beads that had big enough holes to fit in the wire, but I love the color combination, and I just had to keep pressing through. I'm like, no, I'm gonna find beads that have a big enough hole, but I really like this bracelet. Oh, look at it. It's so pretty. I hear that jingle. I hear that jingle. I like that jingle. So I want to know from you, do you like it plain without the jingle, without the clusters, or do you like it with more color and more chunkiness in the clusters? I want to know. Comment in the description below, but I also want to hear you comment, share, like. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to have you share with others, but that's all I got for you guys today. Also, make sure you go to my social media, my Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. I share stuff I'm doing in my jewelry journey, like these beauties. Oh my goodness, I love these things. And then also I show pictures of sneak peeks of the week for my jewelry video. So you got to go and check those out. But before I go, you know I pray for you. You know I love praying for my viewers. And so today I want to pray for you about school. You guys, some of you guys are going back to school. Some of you guys are in the middle of school. Some of you guys are just trying to learn something for your business or your trade or your life or whatever. And so I want to pray for school for you, because school can be so hard, and remembering everything and doing those tests and passing, it can be so stressful. So God, I thank you for my viewers who are going to school. God, I pray, God, that you give them, just help them to remember what they need to remember for those tests, and for what they're doing school for, whether it's for their job or for their trade or for their business. God, help them to remember everything that's super important, so when they actually need it, not just doing the test, when they actually need it, they will have that information. And God, I pray for favor with their teachers and professors. God, I pray that you would give them favor so they can get the help they need or whatever else, God. But I just pray, God, that you would just bless the work of their hands when it comes to them doing school. In Jesus' name, amen. I know all y'all aren't doing school, but you may know somebody that's doing school, and you can pray for them too. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!